I've been told those guys are very powerful. If you deal with them, they'll finish you. I'm not scared. I'm not a coward. I'm not reporting anyone to the police. By the way, if someone has an issue, come, let's meet.
Mambo vipi?
Poa sana manze.
Karibu sana.
Nimefurahi sana. Finally I'm back at home. Nimekuwa away for like 2 months. So imekuwa poa. Rwanda, I was not in Rwanda alone. Nimekuwa Rwanda, Congo na Burundi. Muko na, apart from music, what I do, apart from music, I have my own farm. Muko na company ya tech. I do tech, banking and all that.
Okay, labda tuelezee hizo countries zote ulikuwa unafanya nini, labda to just take us through.
Nilikuwa nafanya investments in those countries because bado wako kuna vitu huko Kenya tuko very advanced when it comes to technology. So uko ukiingia kuna projects mob sana unapata za bank, mashule and all that. So mu wafanyia setup ya all those things, all those platforms. Yeah, so zilikuwa contract nilikuwa nimeenda ku
pale nyuma ulikuwa na mrembo. Then it happened, you guys mka separate and everything. Does it mean maybe relationship yako ndo ilifanya hadi music pia ukakuwa affected? Maybe to clarify to our fans also, wapate kuelewa.
No, unajua music is very different. And one thing I know about music is very selfish. Music uko very selfish. Inapenda attention. Music inapenda, if you're working today kuingia studio unafanya album na vitu kama hizo, make sure that unaipa hiyo attention na deserve. The moment unaanza kupea other things attention and all that, you'll find, na si mimi peke yangu, hata ukiangalia vizuri worldwide unasikia huyu ameoa, vitu zake zinaanza kuwa challenging, unajua? So sometimes si lazima hata kuoa peke yake, unaweza kuwa tu hata in a relationship that is so demanding to a level whereby concentrating on music can, you understand? So siwezi sema pase ilikuwa ni my marriage ama vitu kama hizo, but it's more of music is so demanding. Ni hata na combine music na vitu kama job. That's why unasikia mzee akianza 8 to 5 kufanya music inakuwa hard. So music ina demand too much of your attention and time that juggling the two balls sometimes becomes very hard. Yeah.
Now you've been vocal about something ambayo imekuwa ikitrend sana in our country. I'm talking about the ruling by the High Court, the Lgbtq community. And now that you're back in the country, I'm sure utakuwa here for some time. I don't know whether there are plans of maybe doing something, a campaign or something like that.
Yeah. As in, I've been very vocal about this thing because I know what is the main plan. I was the first person to tweet about this thing na kuanza kupush your story ikue change the narrative because nilikuwa nimepewa information. I was tweeting from a point of information. I was not tweeting from what hearsay ina go around. Mimi nilikuwa nimetumia information why that thing was being registered, why they did it and what is the plan.
Maybe you can tell us maybe information about it.
You see, whatever the ruling that Supreme Court ili pass, it's for me, I was nabadenda kusema live I was very shocked because to be very honest, if you can allow such an NGO, an organization, for me, I've registered my organization, I'm still in the process, but I've done that registration. I know the process. It's not an easy process. It's a long process. By the time you finish registering an NGO, it means there are steps that the DCI, all these people have gone through, and even there's they must read your memorandum of understanding and they must read your constitution. And they must know who are in the board and everyone who is, you understand, who is in that organization. And what is the plan of the organization to do. And you must state it very clearly. So if everyone read that thing and knew that this is what these guys are planning and they approved it, it means there's something wrong somewhere. Because my question is, if you can say this thing in the constitution is a crime, but when it comes for them to come and mingle and you understand, and group together and go for any activity as an NGO, it's okay, then there's something wrong. It means drug dealers can come together and register an NGO. It means bandits can come together and register an NGO. It means terrorists can come together and register an NGO. To a level of even rapists can come together, because if something is a crime, how do you allow from that rule, because that's criminality, from that rule, it's a constitution. And you see, the power is with the people. And with the people, and from the word go, I remember even when we were changing the constitution, some of us, we were vocal a long time ago, and we said, this constitution is not okay the way we want. But we were told, kuna madoadoa kidogo, that one we can rectify. And this was the issue, because the issue comes in through the point of gender and sex. The definition of gender and definition of sex. Because if you can't classify sex as just the act. You understand? Sex is gender. So the moment you just classify sex as just the act alone and leave it on the other side, it means it's left for everyone to translate the way they want. And that's my problem. And I always tell people, the reason why this NGO, let me tell you the truth, the reason why this NGO is registered, they want to go to schools. That's the purpose of that NGO. They want to go to schools. You understand? And if they go to schools, they start talking to other people, you don't know what they're going to tell people, what they're going to tell our kids. You understand? If they're going to tell our kids things that we know will change their mentality, you understand? That's a foundation for something that will never uproot it in future. So right now, we need to nip the bud early as now. You understand? Because the moment we let it grow, we will not cut out that tree. That tree will become a baobab tree, but then uprooting it will be another issue.
Pengine niulize, baada ya wewe kujitokeza kuhusu hii issue yote, kuna simu umepata pengine ukaambiwa nyamaze, pengine?
Let me tell you the truth. Nimepata threats mingi sana. Na wananipigia, wananiambia, you know you're dealing with powerful people. Naambia, in fact, there's one I told. Nikamwambia, I'm not going to report to the police. I'm not a coward. Why should I report to the police? I want to face you. Wacha nikuje Kenya tukutane. Face to face, in public. Saki hata mambo we meet in public. I'm not scared of anyone. I'm not scared of anything. You understand? I've been told those guys are very powerful. If you deal with them, they'll finish you. I'm not scared. I'm not a coward. I'm not reporting anyone to the police. By the way, if someone has an issue, come, let's meet. This is the media I'm announcing. Come, let's meet face to face.
So
eyeball to eyeball.
How prepared are you?
I'm so prepared, man. Unajua mimi nimegrow up. No, hata si security. Mimi najijua. Unajua mimi. Let me tell you the truth. Hii ni life nimeishi. So, kuna vitisho zingine tu sisi hazituangi. You understand? You must stand for something.
Yeah.
You must stand for something. And I'll tell you the truth. This journey is not as easy as people think. I know it's going to be tough because, you know, let me tell you the truth. By the virtue of the Supreme Court, it's not the High Court, it's the Supreme Court that has already ruled on this thing. It means reversing it is not a joke. You understand? We have to wait for another sitting. And if they don't sit, I'm telling you the truth, we should go even to the level. This will sound like weird. This will sound, people will say, hey, we are not getting from out of, I've done my research. It ended to the level whereby, paka siku referendum, this thing must be changed. Okay. It must be changed.
Sababu normally we normally see a cancel culture whereby ukiongea vitu ambavyo watu wengi au some powerful people hawakubaliani nazo, you know, you tend to be cancelled, you know, by the community, social media zako, accounts zako. Pengine uko tayari kwa hiyo?
By the way, if you follow me on social media, you'll discover Instagram by now, number 1, walitoa post zangu. Number 2, you see, hiyo unakwanga hapo juu inakwanga paid partnership. Yeah. Mi yangu haiwezi. So it means I can monetize my Instagram. I'm ready for that. Number 3, my Instagram can never be recommended to anyone. Unaona ile venye wewe scroll unapata mtu hata ujui mfollow imekuwa recommended. Yangu haitaikuwa recommended. So likes zangu na hits zangu za watu wale wananifollow peke yake na utakonga nayo. From now nimeandika vitu zote. From now henceforth I'll never monetize on my Instagram. I'll never be recommended. You understand? And they are still deleting my posts. And they've given me the final warning that they're going to delete my Instagram. I'm telling you the truth. I'm ready to stand for the truth. If you're not ready to stand for the truth, at the end of the day, you'll be a coward. And if all of us become cowards, this thing will have... One day I went on Twitter nikasema, is there a parent? I want to do a research today. Is there a parent who can raise their hand and say they're supporting LGBTQ? Because everyone who was throwing stones at me, nilikuwa najua the young people there on Twitter, na nimetumiwa mawe na kila mtu. And the best thing nilifanya, the first day nilisema, I know, number 1, they'll come with threats. Number 2, I'll be banned. Number 3, they'll create a propaganda, which walisha create propaganda, wakasema, oh, you see, they use the same propaganda. Oh, uliachwa, oh, you understand, yeah? They'll use the same propaganda. They'll come with another narrative, wakasema, oh, umelipwa ndio upushia agenda. I'm like, what do you mean? You understand? So, I know. And then the third agenda, I know. Nimeshafanya research. The third propaganda they'll come with it, wanakujanga wanasema, wewe unabishana because pengine wewe ni mmoja wao. You understand? We know those tactics. We know them. Kindly, you guys, look for another tactic. That one is old school. Look for another tactic. I'm ready to deal with you. I'm ready to battle with you. And I'm ready to sit down with you to argue with facts. If anyone who supports can come and sit with me, we debate. I'm willing. I'm willing to poke holes in that stuff. I'm willing. And I'm ready.